Welcome to the Sandler Sales and Sales Leadership Thought of the Day. Asking for the business. I think all of us at some point in our sales career have thought, hey, it's really important to ask for the business. The question is, how do we go about doing that without coming across like a pushy salesperson? One of my clients the other day, they have an inside sales team, and this is a struggle for them, not because they don't want to ask for the business, but because they have a lot of mindset issues around, hey, Joe, Sally, can we go ahead with that? And as I was listening to their recorded calls, we were kind of going through some examples. That was really obvious that they needed to figure out how to do that was a gap in their process. And because of that gap, they were not capitalizing on the leads that were coming into their business. So Sandler's got a little tool out there that's probably one of the most important tools that we teach. We call it the upfront contract. When we talk about the upfront contract, it's all about how do we start the call, how do we set the agenda, and then of course at the end of it, how do we get a decision? No or yes. These are two really important things that we got to get in every sales call. So in their world, it was really simple. We just had to say, hey, Sally, by the way, thanks for calling us today. We really appreciate it. We know you could have called anybody. This is probably going to take us about 15 to 20 minutes. Do you even have that right now? Usually as part of the process, we got to ask you a lot of questions, find out a little bit about why you're looking, what you need. You might have a couple of questions for us as well, just to clarify some things. Can we set that as the agenda? Now, Sally, at the end of this, just a couple of things could happen. You're not comfortable with what we offer. You're not comfortable with the solution. If you feel that, would you mind just saying that? And we're okay hearing that, by the way. It won't offend us. But if at the end of it, what we come up with as a solution sounds really good, normally what we do is we send you a contract and we start moving ahead. Simple lines, really easy to say, but there's a lot of concepts in there that people got to get straight, and that it scares them. It's way too scripted, and that's why a lot of teams really struggle with that. So number one, you got to identify how would you set the agenda, what are the words you would say, and what are the decisions you need to ask for. Number two, you got to practice it. You got to say it over and over again. You got to say it, use it with each other, practice it in sales meetings. Make it a priority. And then you got to measure it. You got to make sure that you have some way of measuring how often that happens and what's the result. I guarantee you that if you do that little maneuver or that tool, if you do that really well, you will get way better decisions at the end and save yourself a ton of time when it comes to following up with people who've made other decisions or who don't want to work with you or didn't feel it was a fit. I also guarantee you your close ratio is going to go up because you're setting the expectation of making a decision. Simple little tool. We call it the upfront contract. Probably one of my favorite tools in Sandler and one of the most important tools that we give people. So if that made sense to you, if that interested you, we have Crash a Class. We would love to have you out at one of our sessions. Feel free to join us. Just put that in the comments box or reach out to us. We'd love to have you. Also, we're having another webinar in October. Look on our website. Feel free to register for that. We'd love to have you out.